Now let's go and form some chords that are complex. I put up these three chords: C minor 7 flat 5, G7 flat 9, D7 flat 5 flat 9, which are actual chords, but they're really complex in the way they sound and the way they're formed as well. So I want to demonstrate this to you. So just like the other videos, you're going to go and create your major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to do 2 scales back to back. This is good enough. And the major scale obviously here has 7 notes, but a chromatic scale, which is all the notes that we use, has 12 notes. So the major scale is leaving out 5 of them. And I want to show you the places where those are left out. There's a note between 1 and 2 that's left out. That could be called either sharp 1 or flat 2. Between 2 and 3, you can call it either sharp 2 or flat 3. There's a note between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7. So there's 5 notes there. And those can be used to create these complex chords, and they are. So let's go back to this chord, C minor 7 flat 5. Utilizes the notes 1, flat 3. Usually a minor chord uses a 5, but it tells you not to use a 5. It says to flat the 5. So you say, okay, I'll flat the 5. And then the 7 in a minor chord is a flat 7. So 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7 are the notes that you would use to create this chord. Now I'm going to go and put this. Here we go. In the key of C. Because remember, as soon as you have a chord location, you have to go rename this. And I'm going to go create the C major scale with the actual note names, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So if I were to actually pick the notes in this chord, it would be 1, which is a C. Flat 3, you remember normal 3 is an E, but you're going to flat it because you're using this note. That would be an E flat. Flat 5, normal 5 is a G. You're going to flat that G, which becomes a G flat. And a flat 7, B is the 7, but you're going to flat it, becomes a B flat. These 4 notes played together will be a C minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here we go, erase this. So a G7 flat 9 chord uses the notes 1, 3, 5, flat 7, and a flat 9. We learned in the other lesson that flat 9 or a 9 is the same as a 2. So watch this. I'm going to go put this in the key of G, which is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So to create this, I'm going to use intervals 1, which in G is G, 3, which is a B, 5, which is a D, flat 7. A regular 7 is a F sharp, but if you flat it, you could just take the sharp away, and that would be F. And then 9, remember the 9 is the same as a 2. 9 is the same as a 2. Normal 2 is A. If you flat that A, it becomes an A flat. These 5 notes make up a G7 flat 9 chord. Great chord, by the way. Lots of tension. And then let's go to our last example here. Okay, so D7, flat 5, flat 9 utilizes the notes 1, 3, 5, flat 7. Ooh, flat 5. So I put 5 down, but it kind of corrected me because a normal 7th chord would use a 5. But now, instead of the 5, I have to flat that 5. And then here it tells me that I need to add a flat 9. Flat 9. So if I were to go put this in the key of D, I get the notes D, E, let me see, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. There you go. And to create a D7 flat 5 flat 9, I would just take these notes. 1 in this key is a D. 3 is an F sharp. Flat 5, normal 5 is an A, so I'm going to flat it. A flat. Flat 7. C sharp is normally the 7. Flat that, which is a normal C. Flat 9, once again, 9 is the same as 2, which would be E. But I'm going to flat it, so that becomes an E flat. E flat. And these 5 notes played together would be a D7, flat 5, flat 9 chord. So I hope by seeing these examples and how I kind of dissected chord formation, you're able to understand and begin your journey on creating and forming any type of chord you may encounter. Now the only thing you really need to know is to get familiarized with what these chord types mean. Because if you don't have those memorized, which is fine, you just have to go look up what intervals is included in a 7th, flat 5, flat 9 chord. But once you start doing it, you'll be able to memorize them and it'll be a piece of cake.